Hello everyone. Good morning, good evening. Welcome to Easy Cloud Trip. Today we are going to explore on right behavior in copy activity. So basically, as you all know, what is source and what is sink. Source resembles the source system where you're going to pull the data, and sink resembles the destination system where you're going to push the data. So today we are going to explore a different right behavior. We are going to focus on the same use case like a previous session. Let me go to a ADF. So first step, what we are going to do, we are going to create a new pipeline. Let me call the pipeline name as copy from blog. Always it's good to give a proper description for each and every pipeline and also have annotation. So we have given a proper name description and a name of our pipeline. So now what we need to do, so before creating an activity, so we will just explore what we are going to do. Let me open the file and show you. So I'm having a one CSV file which is called as employee dump.csv. I'm going to push this data into a SQL database. I'm having a three columns and three rows. So what are we going to see here? Day one, I'm going to push as it is. So these three data, will come as it is in the destination side. Day two, suppose this record got deleted. Our copy activity should be able to identify this record got deleted and it should sync with the database. Okay. And day three, this salary got updated. Okay. So in that scenario also our copy activity should be able to capture these changes and need to sync with our database. So basically we are going to uh, address the update scenario, we are going to address the insert scenario, and also we are going to address the delete scenario. These three scenarios we will be covering by a single copy activity. This is what we are going to do that. So as a first step, we are going to dump as it is. It's a fresh data and fresh table. We are going to dump as it is. Let me go to a storage explorer. I'll show you. Like we have a container called source container, and I created one directory, employee dump directory. So inside the employee dump directory, I have a one file, employee dump.csv. This is the same file what I have shown you. Now let's start configuring the activity. Copy. Go to sync. So first we should be configuring a source data set. So our source data set is our blob storage account. I already have a data set created for this. In a previous session, I hope if you all remember, we have created a source data set and also we have created a sync data set. Okay, we too created a link surface for a source and sink, right? I'm reusing that the same thing for this scenario also. This is a beautiful thing. Like you should not create a specific data set or a specific link service. Okay, always go with the parameterization, so you could able to reuse the same data set, same link service for n number of pipelines. So before doing that, I want to create a three parameters. One is source container, source directory, source file. So my source, what is my source container name? Here is my source container name is source. Source directory name. My source directory is employee dump. What is my source file name? My source file name is employee dump.csv. Okay. So by I've given all default value. Okay. Basically, I can able to override this value during a runtime. That is also possible. Okay. If you are not giving any value for any of the parameter during a runtime, it will take the default value. That's the concept here. Okay. So what I'm going to utilize this pipeline parameter for configuring the things. So here, this is my dataset parameters. If you remember, we have created a dataset level parameters and all, right? So this is my dataset parameters. So I need to give a value here. I'm just giving a pipeline parameter. Whatever pipeline parameter value will be assigned, to this dataset parameters directory, one to one. That's it. My pipeline parameter is equivalent to a dataset parameter values. That's it. Okay, I have configured with the source. So interesting thing is, suppose there is a scenario. I have a three columns, right? So along with the three columns, if I want to add one more column, which I want to know from which path this file came. Okay, I want to add one more column. So it's like a metadata on top of your data. If you want to have a metadata on top of your data, you can do that here. So there is an additional columns here. Click this additional column new, and here I'm going to call a additional column name as file path. I don't want to go for this already filled one. I'm going for a dynamic content. Okay, what I'm going to do, go for a user properties. I hope in the previous session we have seen the user properties. Okay, I'll tell you what is this value. Let me paste it in a notepad. Okay, so that we will see. Notepad. Always we can give our customized values here, customized write a customized expression here. That is also possible. So here I'm not doing anything. Just we are concatenating our container, our source directory, pipeline. These are all the parameters. I'm just concatenating. That's it. Concatenating and go to a source. I'm using this dynamic content here. Go for pick a dynamic content, paste it here. That's it. So, along with the three columns from a source, I'm adding a one more column, file path, which tells us where this files comes from. Okay, I'm going to a sink. My sink is SQL. So this is what we are going to talk about, write behavior. There are three types of write behavior. One is insert, upsert, and store procedure. First one is insert. It will do only an insert operation. The second one is upsert. It will do insert plus update. Third one is a store procedure, which is our own customized logic. If I want to call my store procedure to do a insert, update, or delete operation, I can do that. I can have my own store procedure, written all my logic inside with store procedure, so that in turn, once the data got loaded, it will call the store procedure. So from a stored procedure, we will decide whether we need to insert or we need to update or we need to delete. That is what we are going to do. So as a first step, I don't have any table created in my sync side. So what I'm going to do, first I'll go with the auto create table with the insert behavior. so that I'll have my table created automatically at a sync side. Auto create table. So if you open this table, uh, if you open this data set, here I am, you can able to mention what is your table name. So I am calling this as a table name. What I'll do, emp underscore table. I'm going to create emp underscore table, dbo dot emp underscore table. I'm going to create dbo dot emp underscore table. Let me check. I don't have this table. Okay, I don't have this table. Fine. So what I, as a first step, okay, this is like a previous session, exactly what we have done. Okay, that's all. So the third thing is the mapping. I said it's a schema on read, correct? So basically, during a read operation, it will read the schema and it will create a table automatically. So let me hit import schema. Okay. So let me check what. So before doing an actual thing, you can also able to see the schemas of your file. Okay. Go to a mapping, hit import schema. Yep. So these are all the things at a source side, and these are all the things as a sync side. So this destination is not created it, but it's showing, what it's going to create it. So destination is not there. Okay, actually destination is not there. It will show you a mapping how it is going to do. Okay, that is what it's going to show. That's what it's showing from source to destination. Here always you can change the mapping. If you want to, I can map it employee ID, so I can map it here, and also you can able to add it. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing here. But the one thing here, if you go for this schema related things, okay, import schema, and if you are doing some complex mapping, make sure that you have a proper schema definition at a source side. If okay, so that's a important thing. Okay, if you are defining a schema, okay, specifically, then you should be very careful. Like a source should have a proper schema according to that. Okay, so if not, if you are defining a schema, but if source is not, having a proper schema according to this one, then of course it will going to fail. Okay, so setting, okay, that's it. So what I'll do, I am going to run this one. Let me run this one. I'm having a file, okay, at my source side. I'm having a file. Let me run this copy activity. Let's see. Okay, yes, it got succeeded. So let me check my input and output. The file path, if you see, we have added a one additional column, file path. So here it will show you what is the value of this file path. Okay, we have written an expression. If you remember, we have written an expression. So this is the value of that expression. Okay. Okay, let me go to backend. Let me query this table. Yep. So this is how it will look like. File path. If you see, this records are coming from this path. Okay. Okay. Fine. So first step is completed. We have created a table. We have pushed as it is. So on a second day, what is happening? One record, okay, is getting added. Fourth, one record is getting added. So for that scenario, we will see. Okay, I'm going to add one more record here, and I'm going to update this RAM salary as 250. This is what I'm going to do now. Okay, I'm adding one record and I'm updating one record. Let me go to okay. Let me refresh the file. This is a storage explorer. You can also able to drag and drop. It will ask you. So basically we have already one file, okay, already one file with the same name. So when you copied the same file with the same name, it will ask you whether I want to replace it or do not want to upload it. I want to replace this one. Okay, my source data got refreshed now. I'm going to run the pipeline again. So here, what I'm going to do in this scenario, I will pick an upsert. So if you think, if I click on if I go for an insert behavior, it will do only insert. It won't do any update. If I go for an upsert, then it will do an insert and update. So here we do have a both insert and update, right? So that's why. So let it be auto create table. Let it be. It will create if it's not exist. That's not a problem. If it is already, it won't create anything. Let me run the pipeline again. Okay. As the interesting thing is, if you go for an upsert, you need to specify a key column here. So basically, if you know a SQL, if you write an update statement, you need to write a where condition, right? So you need to specify the primary key column here. Let me refresh this one. Okay, my employee ID is a primary key column here. So this key should be a unique key. Okay, it should be a primary key, which means it should not get replicated. Okay, or it's not get duplicated. So based on this key only, we are going to do an update. So please be careful while you are picking a right key. Okay, for an upsert operation. Okay, I'm going to run this one. Okay, it got completed. Now I'm going back to a SQL. I'm so as a first step, if you observe, we have only three records, and Ram's salary is 1,000. Okay, I'm rerunning the pipeline. Yep, we got it. So if you see here, it added one more column here, one more row here. The new record came for Purni, and the if you see the employee ID, third employee ID value for a salary 250. Basically, a new record is Purni record, and a updated record is Ram record. Okay, so these two record got this record fourth this got inserted, this got updated. So both insert and operation and both insert and update operation taken place. So now let's see a delete scenario also. Okay, so if you take a open a file, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete these 3 and 4. Okay, and I'm going to update this 200. Okay, my source file got updated. Now I'm going to refresh my source file at a storage account. Okay, now it's our task is to refresh accordingly according to the source file, right? So for this, what I'm we are going to utilize, we are going to utilize a store procedure. Go to a store procedure. Okay, we need to write a stored procedure. Okay, and so we need to write a stored procedure which which have a capability to handle insert, update, and delete. So for that, what we are going to do, first we should go to a SQL. Okay, and okay, so here, for handling this kind of situation, okay, for insert, delete, and update, there are two things you should be creating. Okay, one is, first you should be creating a table type. Okay, first you should be create a table type with the columns. Okay, whatever columns, according to your schema, table type with the schema definition. You should be creating a table type with a schema definition. This is the same like if you want to create your customized data type, you can do that. Like a data type, it is a table type. So I'm going to create this table type. Okay, it is already exist. Okay, table type 1. I'm going to create a table type 1. Okay, table type 1. Now the my table type 1 is created. Once a table type is created, next what we are going to do, we are going to create a procedure. So if you see the procedure, the I have only one parameter, and I have that parameter type is table type. Okay, and inside that I have a normal merge statement. Okay, which is a regular merge statement. So the merge statement is nothing but it will do an all operation in a single batch. With if it's suppose take an example like we have a like employee dump file, and we have a another side we have a table. So what we are going to do, we are going to match these two, and we are going to come up with a solution whether I need to update, delete, or insert. If suppose both the places, okay, both source and destination matches, both the source and destination matched, in the sense I'm going to update it. When both source and the destination is not matched, then I'm going to insert it. When target is not matched with the source, then I'm going to delete it. So these are the three operation I'm going to do that. So let me create this one. Go back to your ADF, and I want to hit a refresh one, and hit a import parameters. So it automatically import all your parameters. I have an employee type as a table type, and I have one parameter. This should be a none. That's it. That's it. My configuration is ready now. So I'm going to run this one. I hope you remember the file, right? So we have deleted two records, and we have updated one record. So that is what our source file is saying. So let's see what our destination table looks like. Okay, it got succeeded. Let me go back. Let me select it. That's it. So if you see here, I have okay, I have synced with my source. So this is how you need to do update, delete, and insert operation in a copy activity by using a write behavior. Merge is an operation where we can do a. I hope everyone got the concept of write behavior in a copy activity. If any doubts, let me know in the comments. Thanks for your valuable time. Thank you.